So, coming off a big comeback victory down in Atlanta, and now you've got the Colorado Rapids coming in to open up Red Bull Arena for the 2017 league season. What's your impression about how Colorado seems to be a dangerous side all the time, whether it's over there or here?
Well, they're certainly a team that can win 1-0. We've seen that, so we know our first three games this season we've given up the first goal, and then it's been pretty difficult to come back from. So Colorado is a bit more like Vancouver than Atlanta. They're a very good defensive team. They sit back well. They get in their block of 8 or 9 guys, and they defend very deep. So it's hard to play behind them, and yeah, they were the best defensive team in the league last year, so we know it's going to be a difficult game. We know we'll probably have a lot of possession, but that doesn't always mean a lot of chances, so we've got to be good in creating little chances that we can try to make out.
Depending on who's going to be in goal, obviously, if it is Tim Howard, you've been with him with the national team, but I'm assuming maybe this is the first time, maybe, I don't know, in a long time you've faced him. Mm-hmm. What do you have to do against such an athletic keeper like what Tim Howard has shown?
Yeah, obviously he's very experienced, and goalkeepers tend to just continue to get better even with age, and so their physical limitations as they get older doesn't really hinder them as much as field players. So Tim has even gotten stronger as he's gotten older. We'll see how sharp he might be coming into his first game after not playing for 4 months. But the challenge will always be there to beat a good athletic goalkeeper, whether that's shooting low or getting him to come out of his goal. We'll see.
Sasha, what's the key for the front four to break through Colorado's lines?
I think playing and moving. So playing and moving. They have defenders that are good on crosses, defending crosses. They have tall guys in the back that are good at winning balls in the air. So we don't, as the game settles down, we don't want to just be putting blind crosses into the box that sometimes we call counter crosses that just get cleared out and put them on a counter attack. So sometimes it's that cut back cross to the top of the box, or sometimes it's getting down to the corner and not just serving it, but bringing the ball back around and waiting for something to open up, and then quick little movements to get shots off.
What do you think they're more dangerous at? More at set pieces or attacking down, like during the run of play?
I think set pieces is probably a big part of their game. You saw last week they won 1-0 at home and scored off of a set piece. They've got, Baji is very dangerous on the counter, depending if Gashi plays or not. He's obviously very good on the ball as well. But they're built to have a very strong defensive core, and that's their strength. And then to hit us on the counter, maybe, as we played Vancouver earlier, they were probably a little bit stronger hitting on the counter, but we have to know that even when we played Colorado at home 2 years ago, I think the score ended 1-1, but they got an early goal off a counterattack as well with, I think, Baji playing up top, pretty fast guy. So we've got to be aware of that.
Can you talk about coming off of the sort of disappointment in Vancouver and heading into Atlanta, sort of how you use that as a team to sort of...
Yeah, in 2015 we talked about having a chip on our shoulder, and we went down to Atlanta, and of course you see things like power rankings and all these things across the league, and Atlanta had never kicked the ball in MLS yet, and they were in everybody's top 5 basically. So we had a chip on our shoulder that we wanted to prove we're better than this team that hasn't even played a game yet. So that was just one instance, but I think we've got to carry that with us all season, that we know we've failed in the past 2 years in the playoffs, and that's on us. But we also feel very good about ourselves as a team, and we think that we're very strong and that we have a very high ceiling. We still have a little bit to grow, but we think we're a very good team. So we have to keep that confidence with us, but also that chip on our shoulder that gets us through these tough moments.
If I can ask about, obviously, injuries, as captain of the club, you've lost Ba for the whole year. Verón is sidelined currently with the hamstring. What do you have to do to rally the guys around? I know everyone knows what to do, but do you have to say something extra, like who's next man up? How do you perceive this whole thing?
Not really. The guys as a group, I think it's more important for us to be supportive of Gideon and of Gonzalo in moments like these. No player wants to be injured. No player likes being in the physio's room or working in the gym extra hours than they really need to. So it always sucks when you get injured, and especially for Gideon, we were devastated for him because, he's got to miss a whole year when maybe he could be back in 6 months' time or something like that. So that, it's disappointing. It sucks. We feel bad for him. But the best thing we can do is in the locker room, everybody put their arm around him, know that we're here for them. We are a team. We are a family. We all got to stick together throughout this whole season. And then the other guys, I hope they smell blood, and I hope that they're excited about a chance to win a spot. So Derek Etienne over the past this whole preseason and in the game against Atlanta has come in and made a difference. He's matured a lot. He's become an important guy for us, and I think he's going to play a lot of minutes this season. So he's one guy that has stepped up. Others have got to continue to do so.
Can you just talk about Robles and he's going to set the record? What does that mean for you and for the team and for him?
Well, let's not jinx him just yet. Hopefully he gets through tomorrow unscathed. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. As I look back, it's pretty amazing that Chris Klein had the record as a field player. That's quite an accomplishment. And, Klein was the real Iron Man and, was a great player and had a great career. Obviously, Luis, to come in and play that many games in a row is a pretty amazing feat. Not that surprising as you get to know him and you see how much work he puts in on a day-to-day basis, and I'm really proud of him. It's pretty exciting. I'm happy for him that he'll go down in the history books for some time.
Sasha, the weather conditions on Saturday are going to be pretty brutal cold after you played a very comfortable match last week in Atlanta. How does that change your game or the way you approach the opponent?
It might not be the perfect weather for like a beautiful passing game, especially if it gets windy in there. It could be a lot of bouncing balls and 50-50s and challenges and things like that. So the physical part, we've got to be up for it. If we can settle the game down and start passing the ball, and obviously on a cool night like that, you feel like you can run forever. So hopefully we cover a lot of ground and just make things happen. Obviously both teams are playing in the weather. Last year we played Colorado in the snow. And they, I think physically, they were a little bit better than us on that day when not a lot of soccer was being played, but a lot of battles took place, and we probably lost more duels than we won. So if that's the case again on Saturday, we've got to be ready to put in the physical work.
Do you still get emotions for an opener?
Yeah, I'm always excited, especially to play at home. I think it was great that we got to play that Champions League game, kind of have a soft opener and things like that, get back to playing on our big field and, just getting used to all the nuances of our stadium. So I'm excited. I always love playing at home. It's in 2 years now, however many 34 home games we've played during the regular season. I think we've only lost 4 times. So we know that when we play at home, we're always going to have a chance to win, and it's just up to us to make the difference. So it's exciting to play at home.
Is this team still learning about each other?
Yeah, as we've changed formations and tried to get some of the young guys ready who are now a year older, second-year guys like Derek Etienne, Tyler Adams, I think they'll make a difference this season. They'll be able to help out more. Now we have more depth, which is exciting. But getting everybody on the same page as far as the pressing going, about coming back, being in our block, and then, just getting sharper on the field, which is getting better day by day.
Thanks, Sasha.
Thanks, Sasha.
Cheers, guys.